National Basketball Association has an issue. I don't know if they really want to confront it, but they've got an issue with their fans and how they interact with the players who are on the court, working to win a game, working for their living, working for the team that hired them to play for that logo, for that name on that jersey. NBA fans in particular are too much, because NBA fans are just out of pocket, getting too comfortable with just saying all type of stuff. First off, there's a foundational issue with the intimacy of the sport. Unprecedented in terms of how they have it set up. The fans are literally in the huddle. If you're on a floor seat, you're next to the huddle. You can hear everything that's going on. When the player is standing there waiting to inbound the ball, he's right in front of the floor seats. And then you got everybody stacked up behind him. They don't need to be that close. That's probably not gonna go away because it's all about the money, right? Arenas, owners, they can charge what they want. They want the players. I don't like it. I would change it if I was a commissioner of the NBA. I would make it a little bit more breathable, more room, more space. That's the setup for the problem. But the problem is the players having to hear all the backlash and the negativity from the fans. And you get that. That's part of pro sports. You making a lot of money, I understand. But we are at a point where it is just over the top. And we've had dust-ups. If you follow sports, especially the NBA, you've known there's been some dust-ups. There's been some players that have almost went up there. They've had stuff thrown at them. Malice in the Palace from the early 2000s with Ron Artest and the Detroit Pistons and Indiana Pacers. Remember, just look it up if you don't know. It was a debacle. It is getting to a point where it is bubbling to an issue where this could be multiple Malice in the Palaces. We could have several of these incidents in the course of an NBA season, and it feels like it's coming. And it ain't gonna be pretty, because there's some players that are really just, you could just tell. And again, I know I'm gonna go back to it. That's part of being a professional. Fans pay the ticket. They get, they paying their money. I mean, this goes back to just all the information that's online now and social media. You can read up on everybody. You know their background. I get it, okay. But what they're saying to these players ain't right. It crosses the line of being a fan for a team and for a sport. Even if it's not your team you're rooting for. The lines are blurred, they're being crossed. Hey, and some players say stuff back to them they probably shouldn't. But for the most part, fans are going way overboard, way too much. And for the NBA, it's gonna happen. It's coming. It's gonna be something it's gonna be nasty. It might be multiple incidents, but it's gonna be nasty. And then they're gonna be forced to make some changes, some rules, some policy changes. All I'm saying is do it now. Do it now, because this fans are just saying some just outlandish, unprofessional stuff, yelling them at things, and people can, kids are hearing it. I mean, it's just like, come on now, really? It's not like I know everything that's being said, but you could just tell reaction from some of the players that have gone through it and they get interviewed about it, and the fact that they can even hold their composure and still play on the court, and be effective is somewhat amazing to me. Somebody need to get smacked in their face to learn a lesson. Sometimes you gotta go to school of hard knocks. The fan industry in the NBA needs to enroll. Just go to a game, enjoy it, root for your team, and STFU up. Shut up and have a good time. Let the players be the players, and you be the fans. Subscribe, follow, share.
So you can run and tell that.